Welcome to GREYS, your one-stop shop to finding winners across Australia from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Harry Buchanan from the Greyhound Insider, Jaycin Campbell to look at Queensland and Tasmanian chasing, Hall of Famer Neil Brown, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, New South Wales expert Simon Orchard, and the Shane Train Williams rounds it out with his key plays and kennel mail in WA. Now, over to the team for this week's edition of GREYS.
Yes, good morning. Welcome along to this week's edition of GREYS. It is the 18th of January 2024. David Shortte with you. Hope you're travelling particularly well. Got a busy program ahead of us today. We'll be catching up with Harry Buchanan. Jaycin Campbell having a look at that big night of chasing up at Albion Park tonight, as well as down there in Tassie. Ethan Christian filling in for Neil Brown. Brownie's across there enjoying the festivities in Adelaide for the test match that's currently in day 2 over there. So he's got a wonderful replacement in Ethan Christian, who's been joining Harry and myself in recent times, of course, on the Mail Collection on a Friday, doing a wonderful job there. From 10:30, Sean Matheson will join us to look at all things South Australian chasing. Simon Orchard, a busy weekend across there in New South Wales. We'll have a look at all the action there, particularly Wenny Park. Big night of chasing there this weekend with some features on the card, and rounded out with the Shane Train and a look at my Mandurah Mail for tonight. That's all between now and 11 o'clock right here on TAB Radio. But without further ado, let's welcome in Harry Buchanan on this Thursday. Welcome to you, H. How do we find you today?
Yes, very good morning to you, great man. Good morning, listeners, and you find me very well, thank you. It's a lovely day here in Sydney at the moment. We've had a fair bit of rain lately, but it's cleared up, thankfully, so nothing like you guys have had over there in the past week, that's for sure. But looking forward to some really good racing tonight and across the weekend, mate.
Most definitely. Speaking of quality racing, we had exactly that. We're a bit light on for meetings here over the last 5 days due to the hot weather patch that we've had, but it didn't stop us from getting this program done and dusted on Friday night. It was one of the great nights of chasing there at Mandurah, of course, Birthday Cup night, Group 2 feature, and it was a hot lineup, and it was the dog that has really stamped himself as the star over the 400-metre trip on the way through, beating the other dog that was unbeaten going in, Renegade Cachise. Tremendous final. Renegade Cachise found the top and set the tempo, but Crumble Manelli, that mid-race pace and the ability to rail really hard late in the piece was the difference. Went away for back-to-back wins in the Birthday Cup for Dave Hobby. Tremendous performance.
Certainly was, Shorty, and class rises to the top, and that's what he is, all class, back-to-back Birthday Cups. That takes his record, 52 starts, 28 wins and 12 placings, 645,000 in prize money. It's absolutely superb for a dog that's been predominantly racing in WA. He was only beaten once, if my stats are correct, on the old Mandurah 405 circuit from around 7 or 8 starts. And on the new circuit, this 400-metre circuit, he is unbeaten. Now, after that Birthday Cup final last week, 21.95 off a 6.11 Renegade Cachise. He's done a great job, Cosy D'Agostino, since bringing this dog across to WA. That last little bit at that top level, when these dogs are running those low 22s, does test him, but 9 times out of 10 he's going to win a race running those times. And go see Tony. It was a huge performance from the back. Made a lot of ground late, tore ground off the second dog at least in the run to the line to run 22.24, but he's a hard dog to stop, Shorty, Crumble and Manelli around that circuit at the moment. Not sure where we see him next. We discussed this yesterday. A couple of options, obviously, with the Sandgroper coming up, but whether he's running that 500-metre trip out the way he once was remains to be seen, but he's certainly in a purple patch of form.
Absolutely. It's come up with box number 1 on Saturday night there at Cannington, stepping up to the 520 metres again, Crumble Manelli. So it'd be really good to see this dog back over the sprint journey there at Cannington. Perth Cup around the corner. Potential to go back-to-back in the Sandgroper as well if somebody picks Crumble Manelli up with their slot. So that's all to look forward to in the upcoming months in the build-up to the Sandgroper. What a weekend that promises to be, the Western Trilogy later on in the year. Harry, we've also got some exciting stuff going on up there at Albion Park tonight. Of course, it has been a happy hunting ground for Cody Charles over the last little patch, taking out the group feature with Daddy's Girl only a couple of weeks ago. And tonight, Cody heads back to Albion Park. We have got the golden ticket going around for tonight. And Sage Tennille was able to finish second last week in its 4-dog field, and that has seen it through tonight there into the golden ticket final. It's resulted by times, this particular race. The Flying Queenslander Jay is the dog that'll be hard to stop on the clock. But Sage Tennille, with a clean run, we know can really put a bit of time on the board itself.
Oh, absolutely, Shorty. And this is her format. And for the punters that aren't aware, that it will look like a normal race in the form guide with the 8 dogs there. But it is basically the Speed Star format, that very popular format that a lot of people get around down at Sandown there. And that's how they decide the golden ticket there tonight. The winner, or the fastest time out of those 4 runoffs tonight, goes through to the gold bullion final. You'd think Jay would have to do something wrong here to not only get run over in his runoff, but not to go the quickest time. He's a 29.35 dog around Albion Park. He went 29.5 last week. Clearly well ahead of the next dog, which I think might have been Professor Snitch, or might have even been King of Aces. In saying that, I just don't know whether she's 100% comfortable up there. She got close enough last week behind O'Mini, and I thought she was going to finish the race off really strongly. She did well, but she did only put 30 dead on the clock. And when I say only, that's in comparison to what some of these dogs can run tonight. Her run-off, Shorty, is against Sanvi, who is a more than capable little sprinter. She's a very, very good Albion Park bitch, Sanvi. Whether she can hold Sage Tennille off in this 2-dog format, I think that's doubtful. But as you said, it does come down to times. Hello Mike's another dog who goes really quick around Albion Park. He's a 29.8 dog there last week when he did beat Sanvi. It's going to be a really good series there tonight, those 4 runoffs. But you'd think JSJ, currently $1.40, has it at his mercy. He should get the job done. But she will go well, and she should at least win her runoff, Shorty, Sage Tennille, and that'll be the second runoff of the 4.
Indeed. I've got some more great chasing to look forward to. Mandurah on Friday night. Heats of the Express Stake. Rex Hunter, West on Odie returns. Really smart young sprinter. They haven't seen it for a little while, but great to see it back there on Friday night. Black Salmon coming off a hot win. Lentil Manelli's there as well. That's a really hot first heat. The second heat, Notorious Harada, Launch Control, Rip and Tomahawk. The veteran continues to race well. Idle a while. Power of Molly, Sudden Rain, Stang of Fire and Sunset Mirage looks well placed out wide on the track with some room to zoom. And the other Express Stake heat, Disco Daisy off the inside. Startup Ando's just about ready to win again. Returning Tide, Robotnik, Prefer to Trader. So more tremendous chasing there on Friday night to look forward to at Mandurah. They're only a minute away from the first here at Wyong Punters. Make sure you get your bets on here. We will be taking this race. It's the first race for broadcast this morning here on TAB Radio from the world of thoroughbreds. Let's have a look at the market with Tab Touch. Still Alice, our 225 favourite on the fixed, in from 240. Good support UCAN Rose on the second line, 550 into 390. Nightcap has been easy to back, 310 out to 460. Galactic Miss, 440 out to $6. Just Wyatt, longer odds, has seen some support, 34 into 13. Likewise, Dusty Rubble, 91 into 41. Sneaky one, 151 into 101. And Zillions, the $126 outsider. Just about ready for the first here at Wyong. We'll take this call, and when we return, we'll get Harry Buchanan specials for Sandown and Mandurah this evening.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great Greys.
Well, it's now 13 minutes after 10. We're catching up with Harry Buchanan, and we've been chatting about these Express Stake heats on Friday night. What do you think of them for 3 of these heats, Harry? And they've got good depth, all 3 of these heats. Looking forward to them.
Yeah, you could be forgiven, Shorty, for not thinking they're grade 4. These Express Stake heats, they're quality, all through the 3 heats. And that first heat, Rex Hunter has been going well. The newcomer call Waitings over, Lentil Manelli. Well, we know what we get there. Miss Condoleezza, Black Salmon was super last week. Second heat, I thought Rip and Tomahawk, he's still got something to give this dog. And look, I know there's a couple of slippery beginners there in Notorious Harada, the Wild Power of Molly, but yeah, he isn't laying down this dog at the moment. He's probably not ready to retire, and he's letting everybody know that he's still around. And if he can happen to come out, he can run a real good race in the middle heat there. And then the last one, Disco Daisy, Shorty. It's got box 1 this week. Last week, it was held off the track for quite probably half the trip anyway. It was superb, running third. You'll see a very, very different dog come Friday night off Disco Daisy, box 1. Tab Touch currently have their markets up, which is absolutely superb. $265 for Disco Daisy, and I'm happy to take that. I think she's a great bet tomorrow night and one of the better bets, if not the best on the card. Markets up on the other 2 fields as well if you like something there. But at this stage, Shorty, Disco Daisy will be getting the most attention in the Express Stake heats tomorrow night.
Indeed, it comes up with a nice draw. It's been going around against some of our genuine top-line sprinters, so the drop back to provincial grade 4 looks very much made to suit. Let's see if we can't find a few winners around this great nation for tonight. Of course, got a very interesting program to look forward to at Sandown this evening. The first race gets underway, 3:42 WA time. Who do you look like across there at Sandown tonight?
Yeah, a couple of each-way players tonight, Short. I'm going to kick it off in race 5 here. Number 2, Cadence Bale. I understand that the dog in box 1 is a deserved short price favourite. I've still got doubts about him running 500 metres, even though he has won over the distance. He stopped really quickly, this dog, over this track and trip 3 starts ago when he led quite easily. Now, I'm not sure if something went in. Certainly wasn't touched. If Cadence Bale tracks him up here and we can get something around the $2 for the place, she's a great place-heavy bet. She rails really hard, this dog. She's got a big last section on her, and she certainly is well drawn there tonight. Place 3 from 4 off the inside. Her last 2 have been really good, and I think she goes much better here at Sandown than what she does at the Meadows. So we'll kick it off with Cadence Bale in race 5 on a place-heavy basis. In a similar sort of a vein, number 2 in race 7 here, Winnington Bale. He's another dog that has not been able to draw a box lately, and he's finally got one. He's 6 from 8 placings out of box 2, yet to win one, but he's a very, very good railer. He goes quick through the middle, this dog. He's got a lovely gear change up the back. He's approaching 100 starts. He's still racing as well as ever. He'll be strongest on the line here, and I think he'll land much closer today. He's certainly been racing better dogs than what he faces tonight. We'll back him on the each-way basis as well. Over to race 10, I've got a bit of time for this dog, number 7, Succeed. It's a shame he didn't draw in, but the bonus and upside of that is we're getting around that $4.80 mark with Tab Touch at the moment. Only 2 dividends. He's run last week. Goodness gracious me, he made up some ground. And now, first time he's been back to Sandown since he had that 148-day spell. Track and trip, 5 starts for 3 wins and 2 placings. He's a different animal around here, and he can reel off serious sections, this dog. And they're betting a really generous price here. It's a good field, but if he's sitting on anyone's doorstep here, they are gone, and that is Fab's Vegetable included. He's that good, this dog. He just has to offset the box. Finish it off, race 12. Little speck here on number 2, Stellar Girl. You're just not sure when she's going to turn up, but in saying that, she's run into Zohar Bale last start, ran third at Ballarat behind him, beaten a fair way, but Pearly Tears, tan and black before that. She's been racing the better middle distance type, staying types. This is as easy as she's faced for a while, and if she gets a look up the back, she'll also be very hard to stop. Race 5, number 2. Race 7, number 2. Race 10, number 7. Race 12, number 2 at Sandown this evening, Shorty.
Beautifully done. We've also got chasing tonight there at Mandurah. First race gets underway, 6:40, 6:12 races up for debate. Who do you suggest we have a bet on tonight?
Yeah, I'm really keen on these 3 tonight, and we'll just keep it to these 3. Race 4, number 6, Esperance Ace. He's not really worth looking at unless he draws outside of box 5. He is a notorious wide runner. Lately, he's just been running cover for the dogs inside him and getting them home. He'll get his chance tonight. He's a low 17 dog when he gets room to operate, and he gets it here very, very quickly off this box 6. He's out where he wants to be. He's got good early pace. I think if he can just punch up, he'll certainly beat the outside 2 out, and that will give him all he needs after that. He'll be very hard to stop if he finds the arm. Race 6, number 2, Tarzan. This is his race. There's no excuse whatsoever here for him to at least not pounce on the arm or somewhere close to it. He runs on really strongly late. The dog in box 1 has absolutely 0 early speed, so he basically has the fence here, and there is not an excuse in the world for him to lead all the way. He's got a 27-3 to his name, and that will get the job done here. And then forgiving person, Shorty, and I do like Graham Credelli a lot, so I am going to forgive him after last week with Maximum Carnage in race 9. He's moving to box 8, and I think that's key here. He's a much better dog out wide. He missed a start off box 1 last week, and then all he wanted to do was shift off the track. It'll be a different story tonight when he doesn't have to worry about getting out there. He did trial really quickly for 2 trials prior to that resumption last week. If he reproduces that, he only has to get over West on Outlaw here, who's very trickily drawn in box 5. I think he's a great bet. Race 9, number 8, Maximum Carnage, on top of race 4, number 6, Esperance Ace, and race 6, number 2, Tarzan at Mandurah.
Beautifully done, Harry. 4, 6, 6, 2 and 9, 8 there at Mandurah. Thank you, as always, for your time. H, good luck tonight. They're building a bank for the weekend and look forward to teaming up with you again tomorrow afternoon for the mail collection. That'll be dropping around about 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. All the best, H.
Thanks, Shorty.
There we have it, Harry Buchanan with his thoughts on a busy night of greyhound racing around Australia for this evening. Big night up there at Albion Park, as we touched on with the golden ticket, and the man that has looked right through the form for us tonight, as well as down there in Tassie, is Jaycin Campbell. He now joins us on the program. Welcome, JC. How are you this Thursday?
Yeah, couldn't be better, Shorty. How are you, mate?
Going beautifully, thank you. Looking forward to a big night of chasing and really good card tonight up there at the Creek.
Yeah, can't complain. Very good card, 11 races. First to kick off at 6:13 local time. As you already mentioned, you've got the golden ticket final, which is race 9, Group 3 race. Going to have 4 match races tonight. Always very exciting watching the match races. And I think most attention will be on the final match race between JSJ, who's the current favourite, and King of Aces, who's also in the market to take out that race. The winner, or the dog that records the fastest time across those 4 match races, will get direct entry into the Group 1 Gold Bullion. So very important night for all those 8 greyhounds.
Indeed, it's a great luxury to be able to just find yourself straight through to that Group 1 final while all of the other greyhounds are going flat stick the week prior in their heats trying to get through to the final. You can just pop the feet up on the dashboard and watch them go around and be there ready and waiting for the big one the week after. Let's get your best plays for tonight's program. We're looking to get involved fairly early on in the card.
Yeah, race 2, Masters race here over the 520. Playing Cincinnati Hope here. I thought she opened up a bit of value. Around that 420 mark, 390 still looks good. I don't think there's too much between her and the current favourite, Hopeful Lana. Cincinnati Hope, she was going really well in Masters Company, winning 2 on the bounce just at the end of last year. And then since then, she's had to race over the 395 metres purely because she's outgraded. And she couldn't get back into Masters Company. Well, she does get back into Masters Company now, and I think she matched really well here. The 6 High Core showed a really brilliant first sectional last start. Did run last, albeit on a really wet track behind Dixie Gambles. I think High Core can cross Hopeful Lana here, and Cincinnati Hope should just get on the outside of her going through that first turn. I think should be too good for her.
That sounds like a nice map for Cincinnati Hope there tonight. Race 2, number 7. We move on to race number 3, your best of the night here.
Yeah, once again, just a dog I thought went up a little bit of a longer price. I thought he should be close to even money mark. That's race 3, number 4, Bye Bye Swiper. He's racing in brilliant form. I really like what the team have done with him. He's a very versatile dog. They have moved him from Capalaba to Ipswich up to 600, back to the 520 at Albion Park. And despite 3 starts ago running 5th, beating 5.5 lengths, he did register a 30 and 22 run, which would definitely be good enough to take out this race. You've got the 3 and the 2 dog both have speed, and they both want to get to the rails. And box 5, I'm Peaking, is a bit of a, I guess, a good thing to run off the track on the first turn. He does it more often than not. I just think Swiper's got to get the right run through that first turn, and he's very strong in the finish.
Race 3, number 4, Bye Bye Swiper, labelled the best bet from our man Jaycin Campbell tonight there at Albion Park. On to race number 6.
Yeah, going against the market here, Selena Zamet has 2 of the favoured runners here in Inevitable, box 2, and the 4 Cluster. Going to go with Cluster here. Returned from a 3-month break, has run 4 seconds out of his 5 starts. Just thought last start he found the arm very early. He was a month between runs. He just got run down late. He is a stronger dog than what he had shown last week. Just think Inevitable on the not the quick backup, but just he could get a bit of a second up syndrome here. It does happen more in the thoroughbreds, but I just don't like the box draw for him. There's just a bit of speed around, especially from Comical Cindy to his outside. I think Cluster can potentially lead Inevitable to that first turn. I just think he'll be stronger in the run home this week. So I'm going against the market here, race 6 number 4 Cluster.
Okay, and we'll round it out in the lucky last.
Yeah, another Masters race here, looking for that early speed once again, and that's Big Town Hero here. I think he finds his right race to break through in one of these Masters. Surprised he hasn't put one away more quickly than maybe hopefully tonight, Shorty. So he's got really, really consistent and good box speed. Should be able to find the front here. There's just not much speed drawn inside him. And I just don't think the dog's outside him, especially Julian Banjo's back up to this trip. Not sure how he's going to see it out. I just think Big Town Hero looks a really nice price here at $6.50 and around that even money to place for a good each-way ticket to round the night out.
Excellent. So tonight at Albion Park, race 2, number 7, Cincinnati Hope, the best of them. Race 3, number 4, Bye Bye Swiper. Race 6, number 4, Cluster. And race 11, number 5, Big Town Hero. What about down in Tasmania tonight, chasing at Hobart? Who should we be teaming up with down there?
Kicking off race 1, number 7, Be the Best. Just playing him on a place-only line purely because he's got really ordinary box manners. He has run a place in 76% of his races, has finished in the top 3, 25 from 33 starts. Prefer him drawn out wide. He gets that here. I want to be very forgiving of his last start from box 1. He just tried to run off the track and got in a world of pain there. Should be finishing off very strong. Just a quick one to note, Shorty, it does look like there's going to be rain at Hobart tonight. It's a very, very difficult track strength-wise for dogs. So I think you want to be on those get-back, run-on dogs, and he's one of them.
Very good insight there. With that rain around tonight, potentially be looking for those dogs that have got that bit of extra strength. Race 1, number 7, the place Be the Best, the first of them. On to race number 2.
Number 8 here, Random Sash. She hasn't shown her best on the racetrack to date, but we do get a bit of an insight here. She did trial prior to her second run where she went around that 26.2 mark, showed really good strength in that run home. Just think she'll be suited here to a bit of a weaker field than what she's faced thus far, and especially with just one less dog in the race, which simply means one less dog to go around. I think the 4 will lead her, but watch her come home late. She looks a really strong bitch and definitely destined for further.
All right, so race 2, number 8, Random Sass gets the big tick, and rounding it out in race number 6.
Playing a 6 here, Twice Bitten. Thought it was the best bet of the night. Steps back up to the 599 metres. Has only had one start for one win over that distance. Just looks really well boxed here. No dog in box 5. A few slow beginners, 1 to 4. Don't think Tio Mio's going particularly well enough. She is a 500. She had run well at 595 at Angle Park. Just don't think that form stacks up in Hobart currently. Just think the Tasmanian form's a bit stronger than South Australia, without showing any disrespect to the South Australians. Just think Twice Bitten, going better, stronger dog, better dog.
All righty, so there we have it for tonight there at Hobart. Race 1, number 7, Be the Best, the place. Race 2, number 8, Random Sass, and race 6, number 6, Twice Bitten for Jaycin Campbell. Jace, appreciate your time as always. Good luck finding those winners. Look forward to our chat next week.
Thanks, Shorty. Take care.
There we have it. Jaycin Campbell with us this morning here on Great Greys, where it's now 27 minutes after 10. Of course, Neil Brown's having a great time of it across there at the Adelaide Oval, watching this first test between Australia and the West Indies. In his absence, the best of stunt doubles available in the business. Ethan Christian, of course, he's been a regular with Harry and I on the Mail Collection on a Friday afternoon, finding a stack of winners for the punters. He joins us on this Thursday for Great Greys. Welcome to you, Ethan. Lovely to have your company. How do we find you today?
Find me very well, Shorty. Yeah, pleasure to be back on Great Greys. Been a while between drinks, but Brownie's off enjoying the Adelaide Test match with his brother. So I know where I'd rather be, but the second place I'd rather be is here finding winners. So let's get stuck in.
That sounds like a plan. Let's get into your early quaddie tonight there at Sandown. First race gets underway at 3:42 Western Standard Time. Talk us through your thoughts for this early quad races 1 through to 4.
Yep, no worries. So kicking things off in the first race, we'll take 2, 7 and 3. The setup in the first looks way too good for Got the Cash, but I am taking some security in the form of the talented Pass Mark and also Irish Lucy, who has about as much pace as Got the Cash does as well. So taking them all for security, 2, 7 and 3. Second leg, 7, 4 and 1. I've got Wincy Bale on top. I reckon it's got a few lengths on her rivals here, and the market sees it very differently to me, but if she gets a run, she'll make her presence felt, that's for sure. I've been not too sure about Maya's adaptation to the two-turn track. She's definitely got ability, but I reckon she's been done at some short quotes the last couple of starts, and just not sure I can trust her again. And I've got Magic Dark Star in there, who will be out on the arm too. So 7, 4 and 1 in the second leg. In the third leg, going with 3, 1 and 2. It's a very even field, but it's hard to see the winner not coming from the inside three draws. Slingshot Hogan gets the nod for mine, rates a little bit better than the others under these conditions and does have the speed to cross, but Irish Bullet coming off a freshen and Aston Smoky will keep him honest throughout 3, 1 and 2. And then coming home, very open affair to end the early quaddie. I do have Hasco Bale on top. Does get the conditions to suit, but was beaten in a lesser field here not too long ago from the same setup. So she should make amends, but if she doesn't, all of Cassoni, Tully Luna, Two Boo Hook and Internal Affairs can win. I'm going to come home with 1, 3, 4, 6 and 7.
1, 3, 4, 6 and 7. In recap, 2, 7, 3, leg 1, 7, 4, 1, leg 2, 3, 1 and 2, leg 3, home with 1, 3, 4, 6 and 7. On to the main quaddie tonight. First leg there, race number 5, grade 5, the Australian Sprint next week. This is over the 515 metres.
Yeah, going with 1, 5 and 8. I'm pretty keen on Here Comes Blue. Gets the perfect setup to return to the winners list and should make good use of it. Does generally like to race along the rail, so should go very close. But I've also got Mapunga Luna and Rev Rose in as well. Mapunga Luna recorded a very fast win at the Meadows not too long ago. Does struggle to make a consistent habit of it, but if she's able to repeat that, she's going to go very well as well. And Rev Rose is really progressing nice in the early stages of its career. So 1, 5 and 8 to kick off the main quaddie.
1, 5 and 8, the first leg. Second leg, the free-for-all launching pad slots on sale January 22. It's over the 515 metres. Take out number 3, Irma Prince. And while it's over the 515, a dog that's probably better known over a little longer but has got a massive engine is Hector Fawley. It goes in as the $2.80 fixed odds favourite with Tab Touch here.
Yep, and I've got him on top as well. I do think that the top two pair in Hector Fawley and Elite Alex are very close together, but I've gone for the nod of Hector Fawley, who looks a decent chance to slide across to the rail in the early stages and just settle on the leaders. And we know how tenacious of a chaser he is. He'll run through a brick wall. So if he's within cooey of them down the back, he'll be getting home. Elite Alex is back to his best, and he's winning free-for-alls every second week at the moment. He's been fantastic, and he'll be hard to hold out, flying out on the arm early. And Shimmer Current was a nice winner last week, and he gets a nice map out of box 8. So I'll be taking 4, 5 and 8 in the second leg.
4, 5 and 8, the second leg. The third leg, the grade 5, it's the Maidment Memorial next week over 5:15. It's going to be some program there next week. This is an interesting and open race, though. Willa Bale, our current favourite on the fix with Tab Touch at $3.90 off the inside draw.
Yeah, it's a terribly open field, and I'm taking the majority of them here. I'll highlight a couple. Hello Par goes on top for me. Returns from a freshen up, and if she's close to her best, she'll be hard to hold out with a clear run. She does like to get across to the rail, which from box 7 is going to be tough, but I do think at $8 and $2.40 and around that mark, you're going to go very well, and there's a nice each way price actually. And then Desired Path is in great touch for the Sharp Kennel and is really stepping well by its standards, so it won't be too far away either, but I'm going to take the majority of the field here. 7, 6, 5, 3, 1, 2.
7, 6, 5, 3, 1 and 2, and a very open affair. The market certainly tells us that. And the final leg, race number 8, launching pad March 28. Is a grade 5 over the 515 metres, and Mapunga Shine, our $2.25 favourite from box number 6. It's now got a vacant in box number 5, Mahjong Bailey, the early scratching.
Yeah, and that will help that vacant box to the inside. I do have Mapunga Shine on top, who picked up the Silver Chief not too long ago. Has been interstate but returns to Victoria, and a repeat of his form around the Silver Chief time will seem awfully hard to beat in a stock standard grade 5. Piscopo Bale has seemingly returned to her best. Not sure where it's come from, but very happy to see it. She's racing in really good nick, and Silky Sauce is known to fly the lids, and she can find the arm early and something happens in behind. She could cling on for a victory, so I'll be coming home with 6, 2 and 3.
6, 2 and 3. In recap, the main quaddie tonight at Sandown for Ethan Christian. 1, 5 and 8, leg 1. 4, 5 and 8, leg 2. 7, 6, 5, 3, 1 and 2, leg 3. Home with 6, 2 and 3. Who's the best, or who are the best bets on the program tonight, Ethan? Where should we be having our hard-earned?
I've got two of them. One of them I've already mentioned, race 5, number 1, Here Comes Blue, a talented type who's great chance of returning to the winners list courtesy of a nice draw and a map. He's still a bit of a baby. He's only just turned 2 and he's still working things out in a race field. But with his standard, reliable getaway, these things won't be a factor in tonight's field, and hopefully he just lands on the arm and races away for victory. And then lucky last race, race 12, number 5, Aston Michigan. It's a very open affair, and I think it's pretty tough, but I think we're getting the right price about Aston Michigan. He's no star, but the field's less than average, and he's been known to step on his day, but he's also versatile. He can lead or come from behind. So I think it's his race, and he's going to be a very good chance. So race 5, number 1, Here Comes Blue, and race 12, number 5, Aston Michigan, my best on the night at Sandown.
Excellent. Of course, Aston Michigan, a bit of value too, $3.60 on the fixed odds with a tab touch. So 5, 1, 12, 5, the best 2 for Ethan Christian. And Ethan, we will hear from you again tomorrow afternoon where you team up with myself and Harry Buchanan on the male collection. Of course, you've been seeing them very nicely there. Your very best for the week arrived last week. Binny Do be looking to go back to back there. That'll be dropping from 4:30 tomorrow. Look forward to your company then. Good luck tonight out there at Sandown.
Thank you, Shorty. Pleasure as always. Talk soon.
There we have it. Ethan Christian with us this morning here on Great Greys, where it's now 25 minutes away from 11 o'clock. Sean Matheson now joining us to have a look at all of the action this evening at Angle Park. Welcome to you, Sean. Great to have your company on this Thursday. We've got a very good program to look forward to tonight out there at Angle Park. Of course, the cricket's in town, no doubt. There's a real good buzz around the place at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, David. Yeah, great to be on the show again. I noticed that Brownie's not on the show. He's actually going to be at Angle Park tonight, so he's at the cricket. So at least the cricket's going to go for at least a couple of days. So he'll be here tonight, no doubt, trying to back a few winners. But yeah, great buzz around the city at the moment. It's beautiful weather, and yeah, a really nice card of racing tonight, highlighted by the John Gray feature final, $10,000 to the winner, and a lot of nice dogs that have made their way through to that final.
Most definitely. It should be a cracking race, and the support card's pretty solid as well. It's a good night of chasing there at Angle Park. Let's go through your best bets on the card.
Okay, so the first of them will come up, David, in race 5, and it's number 3, Bayes Jinx for Mick Giniotis. Mick Giniotis has a really small team, but he in a really select group of dogs that he has, and they go really well. And she's been actually performing quite well. She's more of a middle distance dog, or it seems that's what she's been running over, so she's super strong. Last start at Gore over the 5:31, she was a very short price favourite from a wide draw, began really well, but then got interference on the first turn, found her way back to last and flashed home for third. I think with another reasonable beginning here, it's not an overly strong race. I think she can find herself up near the lead, and she's got that middle distance form. So she's quoted at $5. I definitely think as long as she gets around the first turn in a good position, she'll be really hard to hold out over the concluding stages.
All right, so race 5, number 3, bit of value as well. Currently $5 on the fixed odds with tab touch. Race 5, number 3 for Mick Giniotis. Bayes Jinx, he's always been a clever trainer. Hopefully he can sneak this one over the line for us tonight. Second of your plays this evening at Angle Park, Sean?
Second of the plays does come up in the feature, and it's race 8, and it's number 1, Harry, for Brenda Oakey. Now, we tipped Harry last week. It was a really good run to run second in the heat of this series. He comes up with box 1 in what is a really hot final, David. Plenty of speed in this race. But Harry's quoted at $7.50. I think that's a really good price for him. He's come out of box 1 11 times, 5 wins, 5 placings. So he likes the draw. He's very strong, and he does have reasonable speed. I think his last 3 or 4 starts, he's been showing he can come out a lot quicker. And if he can go that 5.25 to the first turn, he might not be in front, but he can be hard on the heels of the speed. And he has that strength, and he loves the rails. And at $7.50, I think is a really good price. As mentioned, though, David, it's a really hot lineup of some of our most exciting young greyhounds like Riot Rooster, Unholy Rain, Carton of Bear from Queensland. Very impressive last week in the heats, all of those dogs. I just think at Harry, at the $7.50, a bit more value there as he's drawn really well.
Indeed, and he's got that wonderful box 1 record as well, 10 of 11 in the placings off box number 1 for Harry, an experienced chaser, takes on some real up-and-comers. Benny Rawlings has done a great job with Riot Rooster. Yep. It's won 7 of 8 with just the 1 defeat, finishing second on that occasion. The Star Queenslander there, Cartner Bear, fantastic 8ers, won 8 of 16 with 5 seconds. Unholy Reigns won 8 of 17 with 6 placings. Minter Redeem was a hot winner last week in 30 and 45. It's a cracking lineup for the feature tonight there at Angle Park. The John Gray should be a beauty. Comes up at 6:32 WA time tonight. Third of your plays this evening there at Angle Park to round it out there, Sean.
Okay, the third of my plays, actually, we'll have to wait till the last race, David, race 12. It is a small field of 5 dogs, but number 4, Immense, for Matty Schultz. Last 3 runs has run 4th, which was in the SA Sprint final, open company behind Adhana Rico and Fiorano. The start before that, she won from box 2 in 31.04, beating Sennewick. She drops back to grade 5 company here. She's quoted at 360. I actually thought she'd be the clear favourite here just on her form. But at the 360, I just think that's a really good price for her. She has good speed. Her personal best is pretty much better than most of these in the race. And I think she just leads. And I think she leads, and she's shown against the top liners in SA that she can be competitive. So I just think she's super hard to beat. And at the 360, you just can't walk away from that price.
All right, looks good value for a greyhound on the downgrade. Race 5, number 3, Bayer's Jinx. Race 8, number 1, Harry. Race 12, number 4, Immense. The 3 plays tonight for Sean Matheson there at Angle Park. On to Murray Bridge Friday, Angle Park the early kick-off Saturday morning, and Gawler on Sunday. Something there for the punters, Sean?
Okay, a few things. So Murray Bridge tomorrow, only a 10-race program, but I've got an all-up, because I think a couple of these will be short. So race 3, number 2, Oakvale Outlaw. He's won 7 of 9, was in the Murray Bridge Sprint Classic Heats last start. No luck at all. He should be winning from box 2, but he'll be short. So I think you should all-up him into race 7, number 1, Springvale Bray, who is a middle-distance dog, one of our best middle-distance dogs in the state, again for Mick Giniotis. Drawn box 1, exactly where he wants to be. The 455 won't trouble him, so he should also be short, but also be winning. So I'd multi both of them up to get a little bit of value. I would then go to Saturday morning, David, for our morning meeting, and race 8, number 8, Bandit Hazel for Ben Rawlings. This is a big drop in class for her as well. She takes on effectively time-graded Saturday morning performers. She did make the feature final on our Festival of Fire night behind she was in against Unholy Rain. So I think that she's got a huge drop in class. She can come out in a 520, so box 8 really shouldn't worry her, and she should have the class edge on her rivals there at Angle Park on Saturday. And then on Sunday, it's a big meeting on Sunday night, David. The first 4 races are maidens, and the first 2 progress into a $10,000 Golden Maiden feature. It's our main maiden race for the year. So really interesting to see what dogs come through here. Interesting enough, Could Be King won this race 12 months ago, and look how well he's performed. But I like one for the listeners, race 9, number 3, Magical Mystique for Bosco Stamenkovic. This is the final. There were heats last week. She was very impressive in winning her heat in 30.70. She looks to be right back to her brilliant best, and I think she should race pretty much second or third and be too strong over the concluding stages.
Excellent. So Murray Bridge Friday, race 3, number 2, Oakvale Outlaw, into race 7, number 1, Springvale Bray. Angle Park Saturday, race 8, number 8, Bandit Hazel, and a bit of confidence about this last one there. Gawler Sunday, race 9, number 3, Magical Mystique. Outstanding, Sean. Appreciate your time as always. I'm sure you'll be busy tonight with plenty of people like Brownie coming to visit Angle Park while the test match is in action. Enjoy the night ahead, and we'll catch up with you again next Thursday.
Yeah, terrific, David. Thanks for your time again.
There we have it. Sean Matheson talking all things South Australian chasing. We'll be catching up with Simon Orchard in just a few moments' time. Before we do that, though, let's clear the divvies from race number 1 there at Wyong. The winner, number 3, is still Alice for Jay Ford. $2.60 to win, $1 for the place. In second, UCAN Rose, $1.30, and third, Galactic Miss at $2. The Quinella, $3.60. Exacta, $7.10. Trifecta, $18.30. The first four on 3, 9, 5 and 7, $62.20. Still Alice taking out race number 1 there at Wyong. Race number 2 comes up in 6 minutes' time. A quick look at the market before we get to Simon Orchard. And at the head of the market here, Norton Road for Anna Roper, the 2 kilo claimer, $2.90 into $2.60. Shigaroo, $3.40 out to $4.20. Fugatava's been well backed, $5.50 into $4.60. Thrill of Brazil, $4.80 to $5.50. Finer Start, $14 into $9.50. Hey Pearl, $21 into $16. Head Start, $41 into $34. Daisuke has been 41 and firm, and the outsider of the field, Real Peaky, 126 into 91. Take out 7 Dubai Dame and Ocean Eyes. They're going around on a soft 7 there at Wyong over the 1,200 metres for race 2 in 5 minutes' time. Let's welcome in Simon Orchard, though, because we have got one of the best programs you'll lay an eyeball on Saturday night there at Wentworth Park. From top to tail, feature races right the way through. We've got the Paul Ambrosoli happy birthday 79th. Wonderful to see the great man have a little tribute number there. What a great he is, 79. We wish him all the very best for Saturday night. But the rest of this program, the Summer Distance Plate, a $55,000 feature for the stayers. We've also got the Collison, a $22,000 race, the Futurity Final, which is $100,000 up for grabs there. The Derby Final with $100,000 up for grabs, and the Paws of Thunder, another $100,000 race. If you don't mind, punters, it is as good as it gets. And I'm sure one man that's looking forward to covering all of the action, Simon Orchard, will be out there fizzing right up. How do you do, Simon? Welcome to the program.
G'day, Shorty. I tell you what, mate, you sound a bit like Oprah there. You get 100,000, you get 100,000. Every race on the program deserve it of 100 grand, such as the quality of some of these big features. But you're right, mate, the triple treat, of course, of Group 1 events is what highlights Saturday night, the Paws and then the Derby Futurity. We can't forget the Summer Distance Plate, which has been knocked around a little bit, I guess, by a couple of our better stayers being on the sidelines at the moment. But I tell you what, these 3 Group 1s, they are salivating. Did a bit of a preview today. That'll go up on the dogs.com tonight for the age-restricted races. And then the open age events, the Paws and the Summer Distance Plate, will go up tomorrow night. There's a lot of great angles, Shorty. It's probably the best part of the week, honestly, talking to the trainers and connections and just finding out the different little wrinkles in each dog and the ownership groups and exactly how they've got to where they are today. So we know the Paws of Thunder dogs are our tried and tested chasers. They've been around for a while now, a lot of them on the scene for a long time. But these young dogs coming through the Derby and the young bitches coming through the Futurity, this is where you can really get your black books out. You can start marking some of these names, because in the next 12 to 18 months, you're probably going to see a lot more of some of these chasers.
Most definitely. While we're on this program, we may as well get your thoughts. Who do you like on the Saturday night program?
Yeah, look, if we start with the Futurity, I like gets late early for the Finn Camp. The Litter Sister Ain't Waiting is next door in 2. She jumps from box 3, and she ran 29.75 in the heat, Shorty. It was set up off the back of a blistering early section, 5.30, which is just absolutely flying. I think Idolise went 5.29 in the open age event a day later, but 5.30 is just so quick. And if she can repeat that, I just can't see how they're going to get over the top of her, unless, of course, it's Aunt Virginia on her tail. Her run home time was absolutely explosive. We saw what she did in the trial about 2 weeks ago now, 29.49. She went 29.59 in race conditions a week later, so she's certainly proven that she can handle the pressures of a race. But I just like the Finn Camp, a really great yarn here in Dennis Donoghue and Peter McKenzie, who own Gets Laid Early. They, of course, own Poco Dorado, and Poco Dorado, a daughter of Chica Destacada. So you go back through the breeding lines and you think, wow, they've had a hell of a run. I spoke to the boys during this week, and Peter said, we'd write a movie about it, mate, but no one will believe how much fun and success we've had. And it just looks like it could continue on Saturday night. So it's race 6 on the card, Gets Laid Early. I like her. If we turn our attention to the Derby, look, I'm a big fan of Good Odds Cobber. Sort of highlighted him earlier in the year in an article of a dog to watch. He's probably got to the top a little bit quicker than I thought, to be honest. He blew us all away during that Gosford Gold Cup final with just how much improvement he'd taken over the last couple of months. He only debuted, Shorty, back in the Zoom Top Maiden. What was it, back in maybe the end of July, start of August, around then. But since has gone on to just be an absolute freak. He ran 29.33 last week in the heats. And you can say, wow, it drew the red and didn't really cop a lot of pressure once he got through that first turn. But History's Coming wasn't disgraced in behind. I reckon it could maybe improve a lot second up over 520. Tommy Rees, who trains the dog, had never put the dog over 500 before the heat. He was umming and ahhing and wondering what does he do with Paul Ballantyne, the owner. They threw him in. I think the decision is justified. So if you want to have a bet in that race, I really like Good Odds Cobb. He looks super hard to beat. Undefeated at the track, undefeated from box 6. I think History's Coming could provide a little bit of pressure underneath, but he's just maybe a length or two better than these dogs. He's absolute best. History's Coming would be the value. But if you want to play the pause, I'll tell you what, Idolise, gee, she'd be a ripping story if she got up. Super mum, spent 8 or 9 months off the track, has returned, had 8 wins since coming back from having those pups to Shimmer Shine, and she just has a really great race pattern, doesn't she, Shorty? She jumps 5:29, as I mentioned, in the heats. She ran 29.52, track and trip PB. She's got a real love affair with Wenty Park, 8 starts for 6 wins and a minor, and she's come up and done it time and time again in New South Wales. And it all began, Shorty, in the Futurity 2 years ago when Pete Prosciutto cornelled the race with Schick, I think, running second as well. So Idolise is my tip in the big one. Gets laid early in the Futurity, and I like Good Odds Cobber in the Derby, but I'd definitely be having a little saver on History's Coming if I was having to play as well.
Excellent. Moving you behind the barriers nicely for race number 2 at Wyong. Punters, get your bets on there. We'll be taking that race live. So 637-684 for Simon Saturday night, Wentworth Park. It would be remiss of us not to ask if you like something tonight at Dapto. You've had the hot hand at that venue since we've had you on this program. You like anything there tonight?
Yeah, 3-1 Rosebery Hustler, Shorty, one for the multis. Pretty short, but 25 starts at Dapto for 17 wins. I think it's going to win again. And 5-6 Bluegrass. Zadie Bale, I think, was the favourite last time I checked after a good effort at Nowra. But I just like the early pace that Bluegrass presents with. And if Zadie Bale can get caught up or anywhere or squeezed out of it, I think Bluegrass can skip away. So 3-1 at Dapto to go with 5-6 Bluegrass as well.
Beautifully done, Simon. Appreciate your time as always here on Great Grace. Yourself and all the team there. Have a wonderful time of it there on Saturday night. It's an amazing evening of chasing. We'll head to thedogs.com for the latest. All the best.
Spot on, mate. Hooroo.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
Well, it's now 7 minutes away from 11. Rounding out the program as he does each Thursday here on Great Greys is the Shane Train Williams. Welcome to you, Shane.
Hey, how are you, mate? And how are all the listeners out there today?
Going beautifully, thank you. A little bit of a cooler day is nice. It's been a hot spell, but that's to be expected at this time of year. It is WA and it is the middle of summer, and there's some really good chasing to look forward to over the next few nights. Quite like this 12-race program there tonight at Mandurah. Who are you teaming up with?
Yeah, I don't mind the program over, Shorty. It's a very good card. I'm going to kick it off race 7, number 4 tonight, Taco Time. It's a dog trained by the Earnshaw clan, and it's resuming from a 2-month spell here, Shorty, but it's a dog with good early speed, and I'll back the kennel. We'll have it right first up to go tonight. So race 7, number 4, Taco Time. Then we'll go over to race 8, number 1, Our Boy Doug. Shorty, they tried him over 400. He just couldn't run the trip out. Better suited back to the 500-metre trip here, and I think it'll be very hard to beat. So 2 tonight, 7, 4 and 8, 1.
Good price too, Our Boy Doug, around that $3.90 mark tonight off the inside draw. So 7-4 Taco Time, 8-1 Our Boy Doug. Across to Mandurah Friday night, another really good program to get involved with here. We got 3 heats of the Express Stake, and your grand old campaigner in Ripon Tomahawks back to that provincial grade 4 level. I'll tell you what, if he managed to sneak across and find the top, he'd give a little bit of cheek over the 400. He'd be hard to get by, old Tommy.
Yeah, it was actually just the way it panned out, Shorty, with that meeting being called off last week. Just putting him in at 500 metres, 14 days between runs probably wouldn't have been ideal for him. So I seen that race there and thought we'll just give him a nice easy 400 and then ease his way back into it. So he ran some good races back when he was over the 488 on the new track. So, yeah, he's nice and fresh. So hopefully he can show that speed, Shorty. But I'm going to kick it off on Friday night with race 4, number 1, Rex Hunter. You go back 3 or 4 runs, Shorty, and this dog was smashing the clock at Mandurah, and the Melody splits of 5.35 are going to be very hard to beat. And also the fact that Weston Odie's in 2, and we know he likes to use plenty of the track. So this dog's probably got the best map going around on Friday night, Shorty. Race 4, number 1, Rex Hunter. And then we'll go over to race 10, number 1, Shorty, All Over Carja. I just wanted to give the owners here a bit of a rap here, Shorty. The Laura Wolford managed syndicate, Shorty, and we've got some very big names in this dog, Shorty. We've got Willie Pike, Clint Johnston-Porter and Alan Kennedy. They've in the ownership of this dog, and since Lewis has taken it over, it's done a very good job, and they would have got a good thrill making the Birthday Cup last week, Shorty. So a shout-out to that crew there, and I think it'll be hard to beat on Friday night, Shorty. I think Renegade Cachice will lead, and I think he'll just be on a tammer and just pill to the outside up the straight and go past it, hopefully, Shorty. So 4-1 and 10-1 on Friday night.
I like it, and good luck. Great to have some people from the racing scene involved, some big names too. Good luck with all overcards are there on a Friday night off that inside draw. Should be a key contender along with a Renegade Cachice there on Friday. Moving on to Cannington on Saturday night. And another really good program here. 12 races up for debate. Who are you keen on Saturday night?
Yeah, this is a dog we tipped last week, Shorty. Honestly, 2 race 4, number 5.
Got us there, Shane?
Yeah, you there? You there? Hello?
Yep. Yeah, you both should be there. Don't worry. Keep going, Shane.
Yeah, got you, mate. Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Yeah, race 4, number 5, Shorty. This is a dog we tipped last week. Adam Smithson trained dog. It's dropping back from the 600 to the 500. It's also going to have that extra week up its sleeve now for that bit of a freshen up. So hard race, but and we will need to lead. But race 4, number 5, honestly, 2 on Saturday night, and then the very next race, guys, race 5, number 1, Sunset Louis, just down in grade massively, and just a dog that loves the rail, Sunset Louis. So 4, 5, and 5-1 on Saturday night.
Excellent, and the best from the kennel, Shane?
Got quite a lot of runners over the weekend, Shorty, but I think we'll go to Sunday at Mandurah. Race 10, number 4, Riley Keeping. He just got pipped there on Monday. I think he'll love the open spaces of the new Mandurah track. So race 10, number 4 on Sunday, Riley Keeping.
Beautifully done, Shane. I appreciate your time as always here on TAB Radio. Good luck with all of the tips and all of the kennel runners over the next few days.
Thank you, mate. Have a great day, punters.
There we have it, the Shane Train Williams joining us here on Great Greys, just rounding out the program on this Thursday with a few thoughts for tonight there at Mandurah. I am looking to get involved. I thought we could have something each way. Race 2, number 2, Mauritian Titan. Recent runs have been good there for Michael Rees, a bit of value. On to race number 4. I thought it was a race in 2 between 1 Romnea Manelli and 6 Esperance Ace, maybe leaning just slightly towards the 6 Esperance Ace, but respecting 1 Romnea Manelli. Could be a nice Quinella play in the race. On to race number 5 on the card, and 3 Sunset Pacquiao. Hard to beat here. There is a danger drawn out in box number 8, Alfie Tux. Alfie is one of the quicker beginners in the business. If he got across and Sunset Pacquiao found trouble, and it may be often gone with the prize, but if Sunset Pacquiao lands close, it could be that bit stronger late in the piece. So again, nice play with 3 and 8. I think they'll run 1-2, leaning slightly towards the 3 Sunset Pacquiao. Race number 6, it's another race where I think there's 2 key hopes, 2 Tarzan and 8 Common Speed. It's got that good early pace from out wide to put itself into a spot. 2 leaning slightly Tarzan's way in front of the 8 Common Speed. Deeper into the card, like Shane, I thought that race 8, number 1, Our Boy Doug, was a really nice each way style of bet. Excellent record off the inside draw here. If it can begin and hold the fence, will take a fair bit of stopping. And then in race number 9, going with number 5, West on Outlaw, obviously respecting the news that came out today in regards to Maximum Carnage's recent trial times. If you can bring those to the track tonight, it's a key contender. But I'll go with 5 West on Outlaw, and again the 5 and 8 Quinella look nice plays there. So a number of races tonight that look to be sort of 2 key main hopes. If you've missed any of the tips on the way through, we will pop them up onto the social media platforms. It will also be on the Tab Touch blog in around about an hour and a half to 2 hours time. That's Great Greys done and dusted for this Thursday, the 18th of January. Thanks as always for your company. Jesse, you've done a wonderful job in the chair today. Back to you. Enjoy the remainder of your Thursday. Good luck, punters.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.